Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast. ఈరోజు యాపిల్ 2024 ఈవెంట్ అయింది. సో వీ వాంటెడ్ టు హ్యావ్ ఎ క్విక్ డిస్కషన్ అబౌట్ వాట్ కేమ్ అవుట్ అండ్ వాట్ వీ ఫెల్ట్ అబౌట్ ద హోల్ ఈవెంట్ అండ్ ద ప్రోడక్ట్స్ దట్ వీర్ రిలీజ్ టుడే. సో హీర్ ఇట్ గోస్. బ్రో, వాట్ డిడ్ యూ థింక్ అబౌట్ ద ఈవెంట్? ఎట్లా అనిపించింది?
Yeah, bro, it was kind of long and also very elaborate and very ఏమంటారు చాలా డీటెయిల్గా చూపించారు లైక్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. ఐ థింక్ ఇట్స్ వెరీ మచ్ ద సేమ్ లైక్ పాస్ట్ యాపిల్ ఈవెంట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద లాస్ట్ 4 years.
యా, ఐ లుక్ ఫార్వర్డ్ ద ఈవెంట్. జనరల్గా ఈవెంట్ ప్రొడక్షన్ క్వాలిటీ అదంతా నాకు పిచ్చ ఇష్టం. సో ఐ వాజ్ వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్ ద ఈవెంట్, కానీ ఇట్ వెంట్ ఆన్ రియలీ లాంగ్ అనిపించింది. ఇట్ ఫెల్ట్ లైక్ ఏ
వాట్
మార్టిన్
వాస్ ద రన్
స్కార్సెసీ
టైమ్ యాక్చువల్లీ?
4 hour film. రన్ టైమ్ వాస్ లైక్ 1 hour 45 minutes అనుకుంటా.
ఓ వావ్.
యా, జనరలీ వీళ్ళు 1 hour ప్లస్ చేస్తారు, బట్ దే రిలీజ్ మోర్ థింగ్స్ ఎస్పెషలీ ఇన్ ద సెప్టెంబర్ ఈవెంట్. మనకి ఫోన్స్ ఒకటే కాకుండా వి గెట్ ద ఎయిర్ పాడ్ స్టఫ్, వాచ్, దెన్ యాపిల్ టీవీ గురించి టచ్ బేస్ చేస్తారు. దెన్ టీవీ ప్లస్లో ఏమైనా ఫీచర్స్ వస్తున్నాయా, దే ఆల్సో టాక్ అబౌట్ ఐప్యాడ్స్ అట్లీస్ట్ ఎ లిటిల్. But this time it was only 3 or 4 products at most, but they still took 1 hour 45 minutes. It felt
యా
really long for some reason. And issue was అన్ని features ఒకటే that they were trying to sell. It's mostly the new paint job that they did and Apple Intelligence. At least I felt it was single thing being repeated multiple times. Event మొత్తం.
యా pretty much.
Yeah. సో లెట్స్ గెట్ ఇన్ టు ద ప్రొడక్ట్స్. సో ఈసారి యాపిల్ వాచ్ది 10th ఇయర్. సో ఇట్స్ లైక్ 10th యానివర్సరీ. ఐ ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ ఎ లాట్ అనమాట. లైక్ దే మైట్ గివ్ అవుట్ ఎ న్యూ డిజైన్, ఒక లిమిటెడ్ ఎడిషన్ వాచ్, సంథింగ్ మైట్ కమ్ అవుట్ అనుకున్నా. బట్ దే జస్ట్ రిలీజ్డ్ ద బేసిక్ వాచ్. ఐల్ జస్ట్ టెల్ యూ ద స్పెక్స్. లెట్ మీ నో వాట్ యూ ఫీల్. So it's the same watch, little slimmer than the previous model, and screen is bigger. It's actually little bigger than the Ultra 2 right now.
ఓ
Yeah, so
ఇస్ ఇట్ లైక్
that's a
50
good.
mm or what?
Wait, let me get into that specifics. I'm trying to open the Apple site, so it we can pre-order from today, and they send it on September 20th or later. For some reason, you know what they said? They did not give an exact number. They just said biggest display ever on a Apple Watch. That's all they said about it.
Oh,
Oh, so but I think somebody will measure and put it out. I'm trying to go through their specific notes at the bottom.
I hope it is at least the size of iPod Nano display.
Yeah, so by the looks of it, the Series 10 actually feels a little rectangle in shape. So they did a side-by-side comparison with the Ultra.
Mhm.
So Ultra count it was like 0.01 mm or something, little larger, maybe because of lesser bezels.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
am
think that's
seeing
what
like
they did.
46 mm, which is
Damn,
larger than Ultra 2.
Ultra 2, that's right.
So Ultra 2 is probably 45. I'm
Yeah.
sure in like 10 years we'll get to 50 mm.
It will be like iPhones on our wrist,
Yeah.
biggest and most advanced display. Yeah.
So full disclosure, I know before we start, I'm not really a Apple person, at least not anymore. The last Apple iPhone I had was like in 1.5 year ago something. I also used to have Apple Watch అన్నీ అమ్మేశాను. సో ఇప్పుడు కరెంట్లీ ఐఎమ్ రైడింగ్ ఆండ్రాయిడ్ అండ్ జీ షాక్ వాచ్ నాట్ టు ప్లగ్ ఇన్ అన్ యాపిల్ ఈవెంట్. సో ఈ యాపిల్ వాచ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రైస్ రైట్ నౌ ఫర్ సిరీస్ 10?
So Series 10 right now, I think it's around $399 for GPS. అది అల్యూమినియం మోడల్. But
Right.
if you go for the titanium finish, and in that you don't have a choice. It only comes with GPS and cellular. You cannot go for only GPS model in that. and
Mhm.
that starts at $700, 699
Wow.
for the Series 10. And you get two options, the 42 and the 46
Right.
I think we used to have 41 and 45. So it's like a 1 increase on the size of the. I think it's the overall watch dial that is 42 and 46 but the
Mm.
screen inside itself will be very close to the bezel because of very less bezels and it's like flowing to the edge of the screen. So I think 400 still, I don't think they increased the price. I think it's the same from the last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And they do have an SE. I think it comes around 2099 right now.
Oh, అది కూడా వచ్చిందా కొత్తది?
No, actually that I was shocked. Generally, they at least say no. At least they'll say some paint job, ఒక కొత్త బెల్ట్ వచ్చింది, కొత్త స్ట్రాప్ వచ్చింది, ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్తారు.
హుహు.
But nothing was mentioned in the event, or at least I slept through it. But Apple SE గురించి they did not talk at all.
అయితే
It
ఓన్లీ
was
ఐ థింక్ సిరీస్ 10 అండ్ అల్ట్రా 2. దీస్ ఆర్ ద ఓన్లీ 2
Ultra 2
ఐ
కూడా
హర్డ్.
basically Ultra 2 is still the same as last year. Ultra 2 was from last year.
ఓహ్!
The only
అవునా?
thing, yeah. The only
వై
thing
ఆర్ దే
they
కాలింగ్
mentioned,
అల్ట్రా 2 అగైన్?
only thing they did was the paint job, nothing
Ah.
else, which is the shocking
Oh, right,
thing.
right. It's just a new color refresh. It
Right.
is
Even
not
if you go to their
next gen.
website right now, you'll
Mhm.
see Apple Watch Series 10, they say new, but Apple Watch Ultra 2, they say new color. They don't even
Oh.
just say new. So it's the same one. I feel like Apple every event every year in Madhya,
Mhm.
they're doing this some kind of a engineering feat, you know. Like
Right.
last year it was the titanium finish. This year it is the some paint style. So every product they painted it in that way to get that matte black finish or whatever. And they
And
were
Series
going
10
on.
is glossy finish on the other full.
Yeah, so
Oh,
they
this looks
did
cool.
only that for some reason.
Nice. Anyway, what are the software features in Apple Watch? Any uh, new features?
Watch ki, other than the big display, a main thing they spoke about was the sleep tracking. So the watch now comes with better sleep track for the users. They
Mm.
also added a healthy feature which was detecting sleep apnea
Mm.
in users. So sleep apnea is a kind of a issue for people who have a breathing issue when they're sleeping. That's called sleep
Okay.
apnea. And they said, at least on the event, that people who have sleep apnea might not know that they're suffering from it. An Apple
Oh.
Watch will detect the irregularity in their breathing and heartbeat and might suggest a report. So it was a good
Oh,
thing.
wow. That is fascinating to see ఎలా చేస్తారో వీళ్ళు అనేది because
Yeah. And I
it
felt,
doesn't.
what
How
if
can
we
they
get
measure a breath?
false positive reports చూస్తే how many people might panic that they have sleep apnea even if they
All
don't.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I heard in this event is like some of these features are pending FDA clearance or pending some trademark or
Yeah, I
something.
think the sleep apnea notifications, I believe, as I said, because they're telling the user that they have something which they might not know, FDA clearance ఇంకా రాలేదనుకుంటా. So they said in the event, we are yet to clear FDA and other health organizations clearance before giving it out. So I think it's
Mm,
still there, but just that it's not FDA approved.
right. ఏమైనా బ్యాటరీ లైఫ్ పెరిగిందా ఈ వాచెస్‌లో ఆర్ ఇస్ ఇట్ లైక్ ప్రిటీ మచ్ ద సేమ్?
So at least right now they're saying on paper it's 18 hours for the Series 10 and up
Ah.
to 36 hours in low power mode.
Mm.
But it does come with a fast charging. So the new chip enables it under what they said was 30 minutes will give you 80%. So that's
Hey,
pretty
that is
good.
great. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. So in other things is the S10 chip that they have
Oh,
and
that is good. We are going with the Series 10, so S10 chip.
S10 chip, right?
It's easy to remember.
and always on Retina display with up to 2000 nits right now for the brightness for the Series 10.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's it. A couple of new brands like Hermes Ivani Guda, they're starting off with the new dial logo style, but
Mhm.
overall it was only that.
Okay, crazy.
Mm.
So one thing I had question about is what
Yeah.
Apple Watch do you have?
Right now I'm using the SE.
Is he first generation?
Right, exactly. The first gen.
And that is like from 5 years ago or something,
Oh, I think right now it's like at least 4 or 5 years for sure. I think it was just when the pandemic was hitting us, maybe
right?
3, 4 years back.
సో అప్గ్రేడ్ చేసుకున్నావా సిరీస్ 10కి లేకపోతే అల్ట్రా 2కి వెళ్ళిపోతావా డైరెక్ట్?
I really wanted to get an Ultra if they release the new version, but I'm gonna hold off for another year. Probably Ultra 3 వచ్చినప్పుడు. మనకి ఫిట్నెస్ అసలు లేదు. దట్స్ వై ఐమ్ స్టిల్ విత్ ఎస్సీ జస్ట్ ఫర్ బేసిక్ స్టఫ్. బట్ ఐ
రైట్.
వాంటెడ్ అల్ట్రా జస్ట్ ఫర్ ద బ్యాటరీ లైఫ్. అది కంపేర్ టు దీస్ అదర్ వాచ్ సిరీస్, Ultra gives us around like 70 hours in low power mode
ఓ
and
క్రేజీ.
up to like 36 hours in regular usage, which is still
70
not,
అవర్స్ ఇస్ లైక్ 3 days.
but it's low power mode. That means you cannot really use a lot of features.
ఓకే.
Yeah.
సో
Regular గా వాడితే I think they promised 36 hours, which is still not that great, but
36 అవర్స్ ఇస్ ఓన్లీ 1.5 డే. అంటే
right.
మేబీ 1 డే వస్తది ఇంకా.
Ante. Probably when you're probably having a bath or, you know,
ఓహ్!
cooking
రైట్.
something 30 minutes charging worth, it might
యాహ్!
come up
30
to
మినిట్స్
18.
పర్ డే యూ కెన్ రిమూవ్ ద వాచ్. సో ఇట్స్
Yeah.
నాట్ ఎ బిగ్ డీల్.
Yeah. But
సో
I'm looking for like 48 hours. Generally, ఒక 40,
హ్మ్.
50 hours రేంజ్‌కి వస్తే I might go for that particular watch and I'm just still holding off on my SE.
So how frequently do you use your Apple Watch? Do you wear it to sleep? Do you use workouts, etc.?
Yeah. I think main thing is just the notifications and workout.
Okay,
Workout అంటే basic walk to close the rings. I like
nice.
that challenge of it. But not sleep. I don't believe Apple does a good job, at least on SE chip. They do a very bad job of sleep tracking. Because
Right.
sometimes I just rest my hand, without even going to sleep, just scrolling through Instagram. It still thinks I'm sleeping and adds it to my minutes. So I
Oh,
don't
damn.
really like it. So just for full day notifications and maybe basic workouts like walk or anything else. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, you had a Series 3 or something, right? Before you switched on to this
Yeah,
Garmin or Casio?
I had Series 7 Apple Watch,
Mm.
which I bought in full price, no discounts. But it was a good color. I like the color. It was some green matte finish color.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wore it to sleep. I think I even ఒకసారి స్విమ్మింగ్‌కి కూడా తీసుకున్నా వాచ్. జస్ట్ టు టెస్ట్
Nice.
ఇఫ్ ఇట్ కెన్ లైక్ విత్‌స్టాండ్ అండ్ ఆల్ వాటర్ అండ్ ఆల్.
Yeah.
యాహ్! ఇట్స్ ఎ ప్రెటీ గ్రేట్ ప్రొడక్ట్. స్క్రాచెస్ కూడా పడలే. స్క్రీన్ ఇట్ వాస్ లైక్ ఐ డిడ్ంట్ వేర్ ఎనీ ఏమంటారు స్క్రీన్ ప్రొటెక్టర్ ఆర్ కేస్ ఆర్ ఎనీథింగ్. ఐ నో సమ్
Right.
పీపుల్ యూజ్ దట్ ఈవెన్ ఫర్ వాచ్. I thought it was a great watch, great product, and it also had fast charging. So like 30 minutes used to get me entire work day. And mostly నేను దాన్ని రింగ్స్ క్లోజ్ చేయడం అండ్ ఆల్. బట్ ఆల్సో ఐ వాజ్ వెరీ అబ్సెస్డ్ ఆన్ కౌంటింగ్ స్టెప్స్ అండ్ ఆల్. సో ఐ
Mm. Yeah.
used the watch for step counters a lot. But
A-
after a while, I got bored and I sold it.
Yeah. And I think Apple, even if it's late to the game in general, the good thing it did with watch and AirPods was it was first and they did it so well. Competition still tries to catch up to what watch is doing. It
Yeah.
might still feel like very less number of hours compared to a Garmin Phoenix 3 or anything like that.
Mm.
And then category when it's coming from a smartphone company or like a software technology company nunchi when you're getting a hardware product like this, it feels really good. Definitely a good
Yeah.
product. But 10th anniversary kada, I thought they'll definitely do something, different. Probably
Yeah.
adding
Where
like a
is that blood glucose?
or
Is that
yeah,
some?
I expected at least like a BP monitor or a blood
Mm,
glucose monitor. That I think Samsung tried to do that, so I thought they'll try to do it.
oh, nice.
I at least thought like they'll put like a small camera on the top.
Camera, wow,
Why not,
crazy.
like limited edition camera untadi, you can take selfies or whatever without the phone.
Mm,
Something different, like having a shutter button as they did. ఏది డిఫరెంట్ అనుకున్నా. బట్ దే జస్ట్ డిడ్ బేసిక్ పెయింట్ జాబ్ అండ్ బ్యాటరీ లైఫ్, బెజల్స్ తగ్గించినామన్నారు అండ్ దట్స్ ఇట్. దే ర్యాప్డ్ ఇట్ అప్.
yeah.
యాహ్!
Cool.
ఓకే. సో మూవింగ్ ఆన్. The next topic that discussed about was the hearing department, which was the AirPods and the lineup.
Right.
So I'll just run through the basic update that they told. They're coming out. They are coming out with the AirPods 4, the fourth generation,
Wow.
and they have two versions in it. The base version starts at $129, and there is an active noise cancellation version, which is $179, like $180. I didn't get the point of having two separate levels in it, but
Hmm.
yeah,
Hey, this is the same AirPods from last year, no?
yeah. I think
Just look
they
wise.
improved or design. I think it's completely same. Only thing is they didn't have noise cancellation or transparency mode when you're traveling or whatever,
Mm,
which were only a pro version thing. Those came to the AirPods now for the basic model too. Think that was the improvement that they did for
right.
AirPods 4. But I didn't like the way they did active noise cancellation in a different price. They could have just done it like instead of 130 base, they could have done 150 in somewhere in the middle and just give everything in it. So people
Mm,
who buy 129, they might have that regret of not getting active noise cancellation. I don't know how you buy a things, but I feel they should have stuck with a single option. But that's Apple.
right. So I see AirPods 4 and AirPods 4 active noise cancellation. But
Yeah,
how are they giving active noise cancellation without like
but
silicon buds or earbuds? Those
they
tips,
didn't
rubber
explain on
tips.
it at all.
Mm,
అదే కదా, ఇట్ వాస్ షాకింగ్. ఎందుకంటే దేవర్ టెల్లింగ్ ప్రోడక్ట్ వచ్చింది, మేము దీనికి ఏఎన్సీ ఇస్తున్నాము, దీనికి ట్రాన్స్పరెన్సీ మోడ్ ఇస్తున్నాము, దీనికి యాంబియంట్ సౌండ్స్ ఇస్తున్నాము అని అన్నారు. బట్ దే డిడ్ జనరలీ, అండ్ స్పెషలీ దే టుక్ లైక్ 20 minutes జస్ట్ టు టెల్ ది స్టఫ్ అబౌట్ ఎయిర్ పాడ్స్. దే జనరలీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కదా, లైక్ దే ఆర్ యూజింగ్ క్లోజింగ్ ద సౌండ్స్ అవుట్ సైడ్ సౌండ్, దే ఆర్ రివర్సింగ్ ఇట్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్. ఎయిర్‌పాడ్స్‌లో ఇంకో కొత్త థింగ్ దట్ ఐ రియలీ లైక్ ఏందంటే,
mm,
ద హియరింగ్ ఎయిడ్. ఇది కూడా అగైన్ ఇట్ కమ్స్ అండర్ ద హెల్త్ ఆస్పెక్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ యాపిల్. ఎ
mm,
ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తుర్రంటే, వి నో ఎ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ జనరల్లీ హియరింగ్ ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు దే యూజ్ ఎ హియరింగ్ ఎయిడ్. సో దట్ మీన్స్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ కంప్లీట్లీ డెఫ్, బట్ దే హ్యావ్ రియలీ హార్డ్ టైమ్ getting the sound in and understanding into their ear canal. So they use these devices
mm,
for that. So now Apple is promising, because of the new chip and the device, the AirPods that they are sending out right now, user can do a inbuilt hearing test for themselves, and it would detect what a user is able to hear and not, and a frequencies
right.
they're able to grasp and which ones they're not able to respond to properly, and it will tune the AirPods that they own to their own hearing. So it will act exactly like a hearing aid. So I think it's a very good option to have, especially for people who might have these issues, and it's a lot cheaper compared to other devices. I heard that, okay, pun
Mm,
intended, hearing devices cost north of 800 or $1,000, whereas you're getting AirPods for around $180. So that is a pretty good amount for people who need these things. And also I think it helps for them, to be in a public space wearing AirPods might feel more comfortable for them due to the social anxiety or whatever,
right.
rather than having a specific hearing aid which tells other people that these folks have a hearing issue. Whereas if you generally AirPods పెట్టుకొని you're just sitting in a cafe, people might just think you're listening to your music. So I think that's a huge boost of confidence too for people with the issue, and it's definitely under budget. So, and it's not completely for the new AirPods only. So people who have the existing AirPods Pro also will be able to use this feature. This is more of a feature based out of software and nothing related to hardware at all.
Right.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're using the H2 chip. So any AirPods that have a H2 chip right now should be able to work with this feature and help with the hearing aid. Yeah, yeah, I thought that was fantastic. I think more things like that should be done. So I appreciate that. This was one of the coolest thing that mentioned, other than the sleep apnea on the watch and the hearing aid on the AirPods. And I have a dynamic range amplifier inside the head of the bud. Oh, but that's it. They did
So
not say how
what
is.
I'm saying is, I feel like this is a software upgrade. Is it like if I buy AirPods for $129,
Mm-hmm.
can I pay $50 afterwards and get active noise cancellation?
I don't think they're doing that. You know,
Because the design looks pretty similar
no,
actually.
design is same. Everything is same.
Mm,
They might tell us it's like a chip inside, but they said even the chip is same.
yeah, the chip is same. So maybe
The
they'll
H2.
give option.
I don't know, man. Apple is notorious to do stuff like that because somebody might sue
Yeah,
that they're
that's
stopping features through software
software.
or whatever. Yeah,
Right.
but it would have been good option. Instead of
Mm,
having the $120, take $20 more and give everything in a single device rather than
yeah,
making us jump $50 for this basic ANC that everybody is giving right now.
right. So నీ దగ్గర ఉన్నాయి AirPods?
Yeah, I still have the first gen. I don't like the buds myself, so
Okay.
I am using the first
So
gen ones.
first gen నుంచి AirPods 4 అంటే it would be great upgrade. Are you getting AirPods 4?
Only thing tempting me, honestly, is the USB-C. So they gave USB-C option for this AirPods 4
Right.
and also wireless charging, which my current case does not have. So maybe for that I might, but I still have to feel it in my ear. I'm gonna probably go to one of the Apple stores, ask them uh, if I can try them on, feel it in my ear. If I really like it, I actually might shift.
Oh,
ఎందుకంటే నా
nice.
current version, I hardly get like 4 or 5 hours. They're super old right now. So I might switch, but I don't know if I'll get the ANC though. I might just get the basic ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm
what's your
sure
daily
you'll get
driver for your audio?
my audio. I used to use AirPods Pro 2,
Mm-hmm.
but మొన్ననే అది మా తమ్ముడికి ఇచ్చేసాను. అండ్ ఐ గాట్ ఇన్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ఐ గాట్ OnePlus buds, some
Yeah.
model. I don't know what that model is, but pretty much it is comparable to AirPods Pro 2 లానే ఉంది. It has active noise cancellation and all of that.
Really?
For some
Nice.
strange reason, I had a OnePlus phone and I was using AirPods. My brother has iPhone and he for some reason bought OnePlus buds. So it was like a no-brainer to exchange it.
Right.
So exchange చేసుకున్నాం and now it
That's
looks like
amazing.
AirPods Pro 2 has some new features. ఏందవి అసలు?
Pro 2 now. Let's get to it. Just before that, I just wanted to add there is a wireless charging case అన్నా కదా with
Mhm.
the speaker which will help in find my friends or whatever. That's only coming for the AirPods Pro with ANC, not for the $130 version.
Oh,
Which
crazy.
I think I feel it's a bad thing because if you're paying 130, you're taking away ANC. That is fine. But having a wireless charging case and probably having a speaker when you're using Find My, I think that should have been an option. I think
Right.
that's gonna make people switch to the ANC more than the base one. So yeah, just wanted to finish up on that. Okay. So AirPods Pro. Did you look at how they said about the AirPods Pro?
AirPods Pro is the same version, no? There is no
Yeah,
upgrade. This is just a software update.
right. AirPods Pro 2, no chip update,
No,
nothing.
it is not a new product. వాళ్ళు ఉన్న ప్రోడక్ట్‌నే దే ఆర్ జస్ట్ దే వర్ జస్ట్ అడ్వర్టైజింగ్ ఏ సాఫ్ట్‌వేర్ అప్డేట్ అంతే.
Yeah,
The
they
hearing
are
test
saying,
and all of that.
yeah.
I
ఎంత
mean, I'm sure if
తక్కువ.
you buy now, you'll get that update by without updating.
I don't remember the last year, was it H2 only? Because on up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pro 2 is H2 chip. Yes. అదే ఇప్పుడు AirPods 4లో ఉంది కదా.
అదే కదా. సో దే ఆర్ నాట్ డూయింగ్ ఎనీథింగ్. ఓన్లీ సాఫ్ట్‌వేర్ తోటి పుష్ చేసి they didn't have anything else to talk about. So they
Yeah,
just said Pro 2. So stupid.
I know. But in the page, it looks like they make it look like it's a brand new product because it is in the front page.
సో జనరల్‌గా అట్‌లీస్ట్ యూ నో ఎయిర్‌పాడ్స్ 4 కన్నా దట్ సెడ్ యాక్టివ్ నాయిస్ క్యాన్సిలేషన్ ఆర్ వాటెవర్. ఇప్పుడు దీనికి ప్రో 2 కూడా దే కుడ్ హావ్ డన్ సంథింగ్ కదా! లైక్ బెటర్ బ్యాటరీ లైఫ్. ఇప్పుడు 30 అవర్స్ ఉంటే మేబీ 40 అవర్స్. అట్లా దే డిడ్ంట్ ట్రై ఎనీథింగ్. దే లైక్ ఓపెన్‌లీ లైక్ వి ఆర్ గివింగ్ యూ వాట్ వి క్యాన్. I know people are not gonna shift to something else, so
Yeah,
stick with it.
it's all incremental updates. I think the entire event is all incremental updates.
Yeah, and I feel they're gonna do another event, probably October.
Oh,
And I just feeling because the event how it went, I feel like there's gonna be another event and talk more about again Apple Intelligence. So we'll probably wait and find out.
is that a segue for Apple Intelligence?
I wish that was a very good segue, but I missed the AirPod Max.
Oh,
Sorry. So AirPod Max is also the same, no change at all, except it's getting a USB-C charging now,
what
and
generation is this? AirPods Max? First,
first
second, third?
generation. It came like 4 years ago now, and it's the same, no change. What they're giving right now is USB-C and 5 colors. That's it.
Damn. This
Nothing
could have been
else.
an email.
Yeah, literally. టిమ్ కుక్ ఉట్టి ఒక యాడ్ మెయిల్ ఏదో ఒకటి ఈమెయిల్ లిస్టింగ్‌లో పెట్టి కొత్త కలర్‌లొచ్చినాయి. మ్యాక్స్‌కి యూఎస్‌బీ-సి వచ్చింది. ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఈవెన్ లైక్ దే వాంటెడ్ ఇట్.
Yeah,
యూరోపియన్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్‌కి ఒంగి
I know.
వాళ్ళిచ్చిన యూఎస్‌బీ-సికి గూడా ఒక ఈవెంట్ చేసి చెప్పాల్సొస్తుంది ఈళ్ళు.
అదే కదా. But I'm glad they are doing USB-C refreshes though. That is
రైట్. అట్‌లీస్ట్
much needed, especially from Apple. Because all last 2 years back they started this USB-C and all. So
నాట్ ఈవెన్ 2 ఇయర్స్. యాహ్! మేబీ 2 ఇయర్స్
I
ఐ
think
థింక్.
this is the second year, if I'm not
యాహ్!
wrong.
రైట్. దిస్ ఈస్ సెకండ్ ఇయర్ థey're జంపింగ్ ఇన్. దట్స్ రైట్.
Okay, I just saw AirPods Max has H1 chip.
సో
That is
pathetic.
pathetic. They
I
are
know.
charging $550, bro. That is
Exactly.
AirPods Pro 2 at $250 has H2 chip. Come on, Apple.
And they cannot even boost the Apple Intelligence with H1. ఒకవేళ అదైతే తెలిసే then why did you give H2? It's
Oh
clear
yeah.
that H2 might be powerful, but they're still using H1. Okay, so I think that's it about the AirPods. Let's move over to iPhones now.
Yeah, let's do it. iPhone, what version is this? So hard to remember the numbers. Um, iPhone 16.
iPhone 16. Didn't think much about it, honestly. What did you feel when you were watching the event?
I first of all, I have a rant. First thing is I used to own an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and obviously I sold it as earlier. So I don't remember what number is it currently. My rant is that I think Apple should stop doing these
Yeah, yeah.
random numbers people can't keep track of when there are really no feature improvements. They should just go the Samsung route and
Bro,
do whatever year they are releasing that phone, call it that. Should just be iPhone 24. That way it is easier for me to remember because Samsung does S24. It really Samsung does releases phones every February. So
Yeah,
it's like beginning of the new year, and they'll put S24 or S25.
new phone.
It's easy to remember what version is the latest version. With Apple, it is so
Yeah,
hard to remember which number it is. Then I have to remember which iOS version it is. Then I have to remember what is the version of the chip that they put in iPhone. So it is really, this is my rant. Sorry.
I agree with the OS version is not
Hmm.
matching the phone. That's for sure. Maybe the phone version itself I'm fine because every year I'm just adding up the numbers. It's at least not
Yeah.
jumping around. They have been consistent in there. So this year, oh, just for your information, it's called
Okay.
iPhone 16. 16,
Oh
16,
wow.
the sweet 16 spot. So అది phone 16 వచ్చింది and
Okay.
OS version is
Got it.
18. They should have matched it. I agree with you on that. They should have tried to match this part at least instead of doing it.
And what chip are we using in this iPhone 16? Number chip? M1? Oh no, we are in Apple A something.
A18 Bionic, I think
Okay.
that's the chip. So it's at least matching the OS
Okay.
version right
At
now, so which is a
least
good
two
thing.
things are matching. It would be so awkward if it
Yeah.
had like A17 and it would be like 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
which
know.
goes
It
where?
makes no sense.
Yeah. So it used to be like that for the base and the plus model. ఏం చేస్తున్నా అంటే if it was
Hmm.
iPhone 15, the chip used to be the previous Pro. So it used to be iPhone 15 phone, iPhone 16 chip, and OS should be iPhone 17. So it was 15, 16,
Right.
17 for the base models, whereas the Pro models used to match
Hmm.
it with the OS version. This time, they took a different route, again
Right.
using the Apple Intelligence reason. They said iPhone 16 chip is going to be A18 Bionic, which we
Hmm.
expected it to be in the Pros. And for the Pros, they said it's going to be A18 Pro.
Ah, that is
That's the
better.
chip name.
Rather than making it A19. And again, I have to remember
Yeah,
another
yeah. Instead
number.
of going one number up, right? So biggest thing hardware change for this year phones was the camera button, uh, which was
Okay.
in the earlier leaks. So that's in there now.
So wait, this is a new button that they added on the side of the phone. Okay.
Exactly.
And what
Yeah.
does it do? Just take pictures?
It does a lot of stuff. But I really like this feature, so I'm
Okay.
gonna go a little deeper into it. Uh, it's a new button, but it's not coming out of the body of the phone. It's gonna be flush
Hmm.
with the phone itself, but it's gonna go deeper when you press it. So it acts like a shutter button. If you do a single click, you can do a quick open of the camera and click again to click pictures or click and hold to start a video recording. But the best feature I like it was you can change the settings of the camera, like you can change the exposure, you can change the zoom, or you can change the portrait modes of it, or anything else that you generally do with the camera on the iPhones, like touching it, choosing different options that you do. Now you can do it with a single button and like a soft touch it, choose the options, and you can slide on the button and it lets you pick and choose what you need. I felt that was a very
Hmm.
good button to have, especially for people who like
Right.
clicking pictures on the iPhone. And I think it comes on the right
Okay.
side of the grill. So that would be an ideal position, like a real camera, where you hold the lens or the body of it and click on the right side top. So
Hmm.
it's gonna stay there. So that's the position of the button, and it does have good features because it has a slide option inside it due to the
Oh,
haptic motors inside.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that video low, I saw that they were able to change the zoom of a picture. Yeah, that is nice.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Not only zoom, as I said, no zoom change చేయొచ్చు, exposure change చేయొచ్చు, ISO levels if you have the pro options that you can do if you know about it.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that. And good thing is they did not give this specific button to
Oh,
the
right.
pro models only. So this button comes with the base models too. So that's a
Perfect.
good thing, at least. Yeah. And they changed the camera alignment on the 16. So it used to be diagonal
Mm-hmm.
for the 15th. And starting this year, they're gonna be just
The
vertical on
back
top of each other
cameras.
for the base models,
Oh,
the back
wow.
cameras.
This
Yep.
must have taken a lot of innovation, lot of R&D and
Yeah. I always remember that meme. They just do that AutoCAD holding it both and
nothing.
do vertical, horizontal, change 30
Yeah.
degrees, and that's it. Done for the year.
Does this button have a
Yeah. Other
fingerprint
than
sensor
that,
or something? It
nope.
would have been
No.
good.
Oh, no fingerprint coming in. It would. But I think because they're giving that click to open camera, if somebody would have clicked it, it might trigger the camera instead
Oh,
of the
right.
unlocking feature. So maybe that might be the reason, but it's definitely possible. Maybe in a year they'll say, now we are adding fingerprint back
Yeah,
into the
hopefully.
camera.
I like
I'll
fingerprint
not be
over
shocked.
Face ID. What about you?
I like to have both, but Face ID is my favorite, especially when my hands are
Hmm.
super greasy. If
Yeah,
I'm eating
yeah.
a burger or
That's
something,
అప్పుడు బాగా అనిపిస్తుంది.
Face ID.
Definitely.
That's the only time. చాలా కష్టం అప్పుడు. నువ్వు ఇట్లా పానీపూరి తింటూ పచ్చి చేతులతోటి
Yeah,
అలా అలా చేద్దామని చూస్తావు. యూ కెనాట్. బట్ ఫేస్ ఐడి సాల్వ్స్ దట్
definitely.
ఇష్యూ.
What other new features we have for iPhone
Yeah.
16? How about
So for the base models, the camera
wow.
orientation changed to vertical. The camera button, they're getting the A18 chip with
Oh,
5-core GPU,
5 cores.
which
I remember watching in the event. I have a small thing to say about the cores.
support 5 cores. It's been 5-core, dude.
Easier in that A18 chip, I think they fit in like damn so many cores. There were like performance cores, there were some machine learning cores, there were some
Yeah.
AI cores now because we have AI, and they have some computational cores. And wow, it's like, yeah, Apple. One thing I have to give it to Apple, they are really innovating in the chip space, especially the MacBooks M chips and also iPhones A chips. It's really crazy that a phone has more cores than my desktop PC's processor from like 4 years ago. I think my processor is, and yeah, it's really amazing.
They did mention that. I think one of the points that they told about this new chips was it outperforms a current basic desktop with like 5-core or 6-core,
Oh,
whatever you
crazy.
might have on your desktop. It would outperform in terms of, gaming or editing or any other features. And it's like probably in palm of my
Yeah.
phone on my hands. So amazing stuff, engineering feat. And the Pros come with a 6-core GPU. The 18 Pro chip comes with a 6-core, and the
Mm-hmm.
base comes with a 5-core. And the cameras come to cameras. The base have the 48 megapixel fusion camera, the 2x telephoto, and the 12 MP ultra wide camera. The Pros come with the 48
Mm.
megapixel fusion, but they have 5x telephoto, and the ultra wide is also 48 megapixel camera. So better cameras for the Pros, of
Oh,
course. And the battery life is 27 hours in the basic and 33 around
one thing
in
I
the
just
Pros.
noticed on Apple's website for iPhone 16 in the battery life section is when you compare iPhone 16's battery life with iPhone 15, it says up to 4
Mhm.
hours less video playback on iPhone 16, meaning their battery backup actually sucked ass from previous year, which is hilarious that they are willing
But
to
how?
actually put it up on their website officially. I don't know why.
Yeah. Are you
No,
looking
I'm
at the
looking,
proper
yeah,
one?
100%.
If that's true,
I
that's
mean, I don't know.
hilarious. యాపిల్ కా యాపిల్ జనరల్‌గా అంతలా చెప్పే స్కోపే లేదు కదా! ప్రతి దాంట్లో
Yeah, this
పాజిటివిటీ
is
పెట్టుకొని
really
తిరుగుతుర్రు.
hilarious to see. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're comparing. Okay, I think they're comparing iPhone 16 with 15 Plus, which probably has a bigger battery.
యాహ్! ప్లస్ యూ షుడ్ హావ్ గాన్ విత్
So
ద
if I
15
go with
ఇన్‌స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ ద
15,
ప్లస్.
it is 2 hours more and 7 hours more. Okay.
యాహ్!
Yeah.
దట్ మేక్స్ మోర్ సెన్స్. యాపిలోళ్ళు ఎప్పుడన్నా ఒప్పుకుంటారారా?
I
దేర్స్
go
నో
to
వే.
12 mini, it is like 7 hours more battery backup. So that's quite an improvement. By the way, need EMI
Okay.
phone only?
I think I first of all, I always enjoyed iPhone's
Mm,
battery compared to Android. Right now, I'm
damn.
daily driving 2 phones. One is
Ooh,
a Samsung S24, and I also use a 14 Pro
damn.
Max. And uh,
Nice.
yeah, I love the iPhone camera
Mm,
for my pictures. For some on paper, in terms, maybe people who can shoot RAW might like Samsung. But for some reason, it over processes the photo, whereas camera on iPhones are little better. They don't like they
mm,
shoot me super wide. బయట డే లైట్‌లో
okay.
దిగితే ఘోరంగా తెల్లగా అయిపోతది. చెట్లన్నీ మషి ఉంటాయి. స్కై అంతా చాలా వైట్ అయిపోయి కాంట్రాస్ట్ ఎక్కువైపోతది. ఐఫోన్స్ లిటిల్ బెటర్ ఇన్ దట్ వే. సో, ఐ లైక్ మై ఐఫోన్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఫర్
Nice.
ఫోటోస్. బట్ యాహ్! డైలీ డ్రైవ్ ట్రూ రైట్ నౌ. హ్మ్. ఓకే.
That's
బట్ దట్స్ ఇట్ మ్యాన్.
yeah,
సో,
that's it. And
16 అయితే మరీ
most
చాలా
important feature చెప్తాను.
యాహ్! అంటే ఐయామ్ ఫినిషింగ్ దిస్
Yeah, but this is
హార్డ్‌వేర్
part
స్టఫ్.
of iPhone, so
బట్
I think this goes in iPhone, right?
they built the new iPhones from ground up.
Wow.
Ground up with
Apple
Apple Intelligence in mind.
Intelligence. That is how
AI.
Apple is rebranding their borrowed third-party version of AI, for lack of better term. Because AI, so Apple
అదే
Intelligence
గదా!
is basically ChatGPT with what is it? How does it work? Do you know anything about it?
సో, అంటే in this event, generally in the WWDC event, they openly said they are partnering with
Right.
ChatGPT, OpenAI. Uh, and they said the main concern was the privacy thing. So they said everything is gonna be on
Hmm.
device itself. And if there's a question or something that you want to get done, which uses external, you can it always asks you for permission. No, okay, and it goes to a private Apple cloud and does the computation and
Hmm.
gives you the result that you need. But it's still private. But yeah, they're partnering with OpenAI. But ఈ రోజు ఈవెంట్‌లో they said search Google, but features ChatGPT. So they were balancing both of the biggest companies and competitors right now in AI field into
Right.
their hardware right now.
And so from this Apple 15 phones key, is it's not coming AI?
I think the 15 Pro models are able to support the Apple's
Ah,
intelligence,
okay.
the AI of Apple, but not the base models. సో అందుకనే గ్రౌండ్ అప్
Hmm.
కట్టినాం అన్నది ఇందుకే. ఆ చిప్ డిజైన్ చేసిందే సో దట్ ఇట్ కెన్ టేక్ ద హైయెస్ట్
Hmm.
number of requests or whatever for the AI chip. So that's the reason they came with 18 for the base models too, instead of going with the 17 or
Crazy.
the older chip. Yeah, that's the reason. And Apple Intelligence was used, if we put a counter, it might be like at least 50 times across the whole event. For AirPods అయినా, Siri అయినా, ఏదైనా they kept
Oh.
saying Apple Intelligence. But the funny part was all the features that they said it's gonna come out with 18.1.
Ooh.
Okay, the
Like
OS
AI?
version 18.1, but the phones might ship out with OS 18.
Damn.
That means users will not have the full length Apple Intelligence out of the box.
Oh.
Which, which was so tricky. Generally, I don't believe in,
I know, right?
promising and buying hardware. But yeah, we have to see if they change their minds, update it to 18.1 and ship it. But highly unlikely
Yeah.
on that.
సో ఐఫోన్ 16
Yeah.
ఎన్నో ఏమేమి మోడల్స్ ఉన్నాయి? 16, 16 Pro.
16 base models, we have the base, which is again 6.01 inch, and then we have the plus, which is going to be 6.7 inch, if I'm not
Crazy.
wrong. Then we have the Pro versions, Pro and Pro Max, which both increased in size to 6.3 and 6.79 inches because they reduced the bezels across the
6.9
look.
inches for
So,
iPhone Pro Max? Damn.
Pro Max, exactly.
And what is the cheapest iPhone and what is prices ఏంటి?
Cheapest would be, if we talk about the cheapest, it's going to be SE. But if we just look at the latest phones, the 16 with the 6.1 inch display starts around $800, uh, and the plus is at $899, means $900. The Pro and the Pro Max are 1000 and 1100. But the Pro Max comes with 256 GB internal storage, whereas all other ones come with 128 GB as the base storage.
So
Right. And this year, they're also given option to do a trade-in. So up to 3 generations. So if you want to buy a 16, you can turn in your iPhone 12 and you might get around $800 in credit, which is like buying off the phone directly. And for the if you get a 12 Pro or a Pro Max, you will get around $1,000 credit directly
right.
from the Apple Upgrade program. Yeah.
How can I check my trading value currently? Is it not here?
So if you have anything else other than the iPhones, you'll get very bad trade-in option. But I think we can go till the checkout and
Okay.
put in the input. All they will mostly tell is we'll give you, we'll recycle it for free. Is
So
what they
let's see what
historically
is my
tell
OnePlus
for.
phone worth for Apple. It is not even in the list.
Let's
Asal.
see. No, I see
Yeah,
OnePlus
minus 12
11.
or
11 is
I
for
guess I'll get
$100
like
if you want.
120 maybe.
Yeah, or 150 max. Maybe you can buy the new AirPods 4 with it for
Yeah.
$129. Yeah, they have very bad trade-in options, dude. I think ఇదే ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ అనుకుంటా where they're willing to at least take their own
Hey,
devices
S24
for
is
that
also
much
లేదు అసలు ఇక్కడ.
price. Yeah, I think they're going 2 generations back. Others only see they're throwing it into the recycling option. If you see after the iPhone 7 Plus, other recycling. Yeah, and then now that I look at it, they're saying iPhone 12 Pro Max is up to $300
Yeah, and
anta.
they say 800 something.
But why did they?
I mean,
Yeah, why did they say it was
అది అక్కడ ఒక చుక్క
800?
పెడతారు. ఆ కింద చుక్కలో కిందకెళ్తే you'll know. అదే కదా.
మనం ముగ్గులో దింపుతారు అయిపోయి
The highest I see is
తప్పు
15 Pro
మావా.
Max, $650. అది కూడా
అదే కదా హై ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ హైయెస్ట్ ఇట్స్ సేయింగ్ 650 వేరస్ దే సెట్
yeah.
$800 ఆన్ స్టేజ్.
I bet maybe
మనకి
yeah, actually
ఫుల్
if you
చేసే
see
ఆప్షన్స్ కూడా తెలియదు.
carrier deals are probably worth more.
యా
Yeah,
ఐ థింక్
carrier is
ఇఫ్ యూ
giving
గో అట్లీస్ట్ ఇన్
up to
ఐ థింక్ ఇన్
$1,000.
యుఎస్ carrier like T-Mobile, AT&T, maybe that was their plan, not them giving credit, but getting a credit through
Right.
the carriers. మోసం అంతా
And
మోసం.
it says Apple Intelligence available to iPhone 16, 16 Pro, 15 Pro in fall. It's not even like fall is like this is fall technically.
అదే అంటున్నా కదా, దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఈవెన్ ప్రామిసింగ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద బాక్స్. దే ఆర్ సేయింగ్
Yeah.
ఆఫ్టర్ యూ బై ద ఫోన్, బిలీవ్ ఇన్ అస్ విత్ ఆల్ ఆర్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్ అండ్
అదే కదా.
PPTs and presentations and everything. ఫ్యూచర్‌ల నీకు ఇంటర్నెట్ ఉండి, ఇంకొక 5 జీబీ ఎక్స్‌ట్రా డౌన్‌లోడ్ చేస్తే దాని త్రూ
Hmm.
పంపిస్తున్నామని చెప్తున్నారు గానీ, వెన్ దే సెడ్ ద చిప్ ఈస్ రెడీ, వై కెనాట్
I
దే
know.
షిప్ ఇట్
And this
డైరెక్ట్‌లీ?
is not like, I'm sure it takes some engineering software to work out all the
Mhm.
changes. But one thing I saw
థింగ్స్ యాహ్!
is that this is being baked into Siri and it says beta in here. So even when this comes in fall of this year, whenever that fall ends,
Mhm. హ్మ్.
it'll still be in beta because AI is not really reliable right now. So
I think they're going the safe way. They are promising that it'll do a lot of things, but if something goes wrong, they're gonna put it that it's a beta
mm,
version or still in development. So just a safe route. Yeah. CEQ చాలా వచ్చినాయి, but I think most of things they discussed in
mm,
WWDC already. So they didn't actually talk a lot. Most main things were how it will manage your notifications అయినా, emails అయినా, notes అయినా, how it will try to, read it up and, make it readable for you without going through hundreds of messages in our group chats or
right.
anything else. That's the only thing I think they mentioned. Man, generating
Yeah,
memojis,
emojis and AI pictures, AI avatars.
AI pictures. They look really bad. I don't know why they choose like general ga, if you remember when the first iPhone Face ID with the
Mm,
X or the 10 came out, they created this avatars where it will replicate your facial things and how you can put out your tongue, మాట్లాడితే lip movement correct ఉంటుండే. It was
right.
crazy at that time. But these new emojis or AI generated things look so
Mm.
bad, at least for me.
Yeah, it looked bad. It looks like it trained AI with AI, so the quality keeps deteriorating.
Yeah, exactly. And main thing they're selling, trying to sell it is the because they don't believe in OpenAI, like
Mm,
Payam. So they're saying privacy in Apple
nice.
Intelligence, etc. Have to see how long they're gonna continue this partnership with
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
So iPhone కొంటున్నావా నువ్వు?
Hmm.
16 is a skip.
Nobody. I thought I will this time. ఎందుకంటే 14 to 16 2 years jump
Mm.
might be really good అనుకున్నా, but not what I'm looking for. Maybe
I
another
mean,
year.
yeah, even if you buy now, you'll not get all the
I,
features.
right. I don't wanna buy this half baked stuff. So probably 17 kalla koncham AI కూడా might have some kind of limits what they do or whatever. Some things might come out and
Cool.
అప్పుడు చూద్దాం. నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ అనుకుంటున్నా. Unless somebody gives it for free or whatever, like through this deals, not free,
Right.
I might not do it.
No,
What
man.
about you?
I
You gonna
don't think
switch
I
from
can. I
Android?
mean, I don't think I can. I'm not really interested. I already have AI. Google has Gemini for free in whatever phone app
Yeah,
you
Gemini.
install.
Yeah,
It actually
exactly.
doesn't work well. It barely works. So Google gracefully gave us the option to switch back to Google Assistant, which actually works. So it's definitely
Which is
better.
better? Yeah, right
So
now.
if I want AI, I'll just use Gemini or just ChatGPT app is good enough. Mostly AI is just a glorified search engine at this point. I for myself a software work చేస్తున్నా కూడా I don't think I'm into using its full capabilities. I'm not any creative person or I'm not using it for anything photos or video related
Mm,
creativity,
right.
productivity thing. I'm just using it for like uh, instead of Google search, sometimes I'm giving it coding solutions. So yeah, it's kind of AI is definitely overhyped. I guess that is another podcast. So
I think
yeah.
another episode. Okay. So closing thoughts. For me, the whole event was dull for some reason. మన ముందు అనుకున్నట్టే. But only thing I like about this new phones, especially camera button, I felt as you said, నిజంగా creators who are into photography or something, they might really love it. But I'm gonna wait another year,
Yeah.
see how it plays out with the Apple Intelligence and the button, and might be going to it. Disappointed in Apple Watch, no big updates. Expected a lot more for the 10th anniversary, something different. Except we got like Hermes new watch, which is like $1,000 or
Yeah.
something unimaginable.
For the billionaires.
And AirPods కూడా అసలు AirPods లో కూడా the whole event was like a 6 month refresh, how they do for other brands. 6 months కి they might say you are getting a new color, so లేతే కొత్త బ్యాటరీ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ అన్నట్టు ఉండే కానీ నథింగ్ స్టూడ్ అవుట్ ఎక్సెప్ట్ దిస్ కెమెరా క్యాప్చర్ బటన్. సో నాట్ ఎ గుడ్ ఇయర్ ఫర్ యాపిల్, ఐ
Yeah,
మస్ట్
I
సే.
think I mirror the same feelings. Naguda, it felt like a very. I was like watching it in the background. Obviously, one standout thing for Apple every year is their footage and their transitions and the short films that they put featuring their products. Those are really well done. But at this point, it's like all they are doing is getting new soundtracks and trying new. This is more like a filmmaking school than a software or hardware company
యా,
actually trying innovative products. In-
ది ట్రాన్స్లేషన్స్
yeah,
ఆర్ లైక్ గాడ్ లైక్ డూడ్.
I
అదే
bet those
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ.
filmmakers or people who are making those films, I hope they are getting paid the top dollars because R&D is barely
యా,
getting any breakthroughs. So overall, I'll say wait for next year
ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ.
since the last 3 years for a better iPhone, better Apple product.
యా, ఐ థింక్ పీపుల్ హూ ఆర్ older than iPhone 13 or 12 might be
Yeah,
good for them to jump. But if you are 14 or later, you can
yeah,
probably hold off for now. Yeah. And just to end, I think the weekend song shooting with only with iPhones, they try so hard, man, to make sure these are like pro
yeah.
cameras.
I
But
I
yeah,
really like when
so
some guy in the video said we are going to slow the weekend's movements. That that's like దానిలో ఎన్ని జోక్స్ ఉన్నాయో నాకే తెలియదు ఒక్క లైన్లో. సో
right, with that epic line, I think we are gonna end our podcast episode for today.
థ్యాంక్స్ మ్యాన్, హ్యావ్ నైస్ టైం అంటిల్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for joining me. Until next time. Probably October event or say I
Yeah,
might again call you back in. But thanks for spending time on
cool.
our
I
pod.
enjoyed a lot. Thanks.
And thank you, listeners, for tuning in and hope you enjoyed and hope you guys tune back in for us. Thank you and bye.